Hey everyone, I went out and I did some grocery shopping. I got some meat pies. I know how to make them too, but I decided to get some frozen meat pies. And it's nice to just get out, go for a walk, stretch my legs and come back. So let's see, it's already another week gone, we're into October. I'm storming the heavens and sending out applications like there's no tomorrow for work. And I still haven't heard anything. I've applied through employment agencies. I've applied through different platforms, LinkedIn, Indeed, Workopolis. So I don't know. I just hope I get some good opportunities coming in. I'm not interested in working in the hospitality sector. And in any case, if there's cutbacks in that sector, it's not an area I want to go in. So I'm applying to the banks, I'm applying to financial institutions like insurance companies, I've applied to the hospitals, I've applied to education. Education would be a good one for me to go into because it's aligned with my Maxwell leadership and it's also aligned with my spiritual direction. So that's what I'm focusing on, those sectors and those areas. I don't really want to go into hospitality, but if I could do the organizing for that, that would be good, not working directly with the food and all that, because over here you do need certifications to do that. So I'm trying to do it that way. And also HR, I'm applying for a lot of different HR opportunities. I have the experience in Canada because I've used human resources in my day-to-day work. I've used it at Teleperformance. I've used it when I worked on projects at RBC. I've used it at CIBC. I used it at TD. In TD, I started out in HR and then I went into the business. So I've got a lot of HR experience that I can bring to organizations, looking at employee relations, compensation, looking at recruitment, organizing recruitment, campus drives. And with the church, I've got experience organizing the mass, so basically dressing the altar, doing the flowers, helping to get the church ready. I've got experience with doing the readings at Mass. I've been reading at Mass for a long time. I think I started reading, I guess I did the children's liturgy maybe in 2008. So since then I've been doing reading in the church. It's a long time. And I've sang in choirs. I sang with the choirs at the Newman Center. I've sang as a member of the congregation at Regis College. So I've got a lot of different skills I can use in the churches and on non-profits as well. So please do continue to pray for me. I mean, it's a long time now. It's almost 2 years, which is not a good thing. And I don't have any income coming in. So do pray. And do put my name forward for any jobs. I'm not interested in going back to South Africa to live there. That's not the goal. The goal is for me to do my John Maxwell or my spiritual direction from here and then to do trips. Just the way Anne-Marie goes to England. She goes to England and Ireland and places like that to give retreats and to do spiritual direction. So I want to do it from Canada. Moving back to South Africa would be unrealistic unless I had a job there. And the same with Zimbabwe. I've built my life here and this is where I am. But I would like to go back to Zimbabwe. I would like to return there. I would like to be able to help in the schools there. And I think there's a need for it. There's a hunger for it. I don't know why people are not taking me up on my offers here. Because there are other Maxwell speakers and they are getting interest. I don't know why when I'm sending out the same information, the same offers and everything in the Toronto and the GTA area, I don't know why people are not taking it up because there's obviously a need for it. So let's see. I hope something opens up soon for me. I don't like going into people's homes. I'm surprised that when I meet people, like when I have mentees and that they want to come meet me in my home. So I say, okay, as long as it's arranged through an organization like TRIEC or something like that, then I accept it. But I don't like to go into people's homes. That's why even with some of the jobs, like for the Toronto School of Theology, for their fundraising and Share Life, they want you to go into people's homes, talk to them in their homes. I'm not comfortable with that. So I like to be in an office, or now I'm used to working from home, so I'm used to doing that as well. But I don't like going to people's homes. And the other thing is you need a car. That's one of the reasons my Primerica didn't work out, because at the beginning I used to do it with Richard Knock, who took me into it. And then afterwards he had other things coming up, he had other meetings, and then he would just leave me. And I had to find my own way back from wherever we went to a town hall meeting or a business meeting, and it was hard for me because then it would take me an hour and a half to get to downtown. Then from downtown I'd have to get another train home. So that's why in the end I decided to leave it, and I was successful with it. I started making money from it. But if you don't have a car, it's very hard to get around, to do things, to go. If you downtown, if you're in Toronto and you have access to public transit, it makes it much easier in terms of meeting people, going to work, coming home. And that's why I chose to stay in Toronto. So please keep praying for me. Please keep storming the heavens for me. The Mass today was interesting. I'll post it. Father was saying how the Jewish people, the Prophet Barak was saying they didn't keep their faith in God, and as a result they lost their property, disability came on them, and all kinds of things. And that's an Old Testament way of thinking, that if you don't follow the Lord, that all these disasters come on you. But we also have to remember the book of Job, where Job is faithful to God. Job is doing everything that God wants, and God allows Satan to take away everything from Job, to bring upon him losing his family, losing his property, losing his health, and he still stays faithful to God. So sometimes it's not that what we're getting, like I am disabled now, I have high blood pressure, and I have low anxiety. It's not that I wasn't faithful to the Lord. It wasn't that I didn't keep my faith, or I turned to drinking and I have a liver problem now. I never did any of that. And yet I've got all these different problems from eating normal foods, which have been so processed that they're full of fat, like pastas. I have fatty liver disease. I have high blood pressure. I have problems with my eyes because screen guards were not provided by the company for using the screens. I had to get my own. And I did everything right. I got the screen guards. I took care of my health. I exercise. What he's saying is true, that like if you are drinking excessively and you get a liver disease, then that's not anyone else's fault. But there are people who can drink like fish. They can have alcohol every day. There are people who can smoke 10 packets of cigarettes a day. They don't get cancer. They don't get any cirrhosis of the liver. They don't get anything. So sometimes we don't understand God's plan, and God has his own plan. And that's why the Regis College, some of my professors, they used to say to me, you're like Job. You keep your faith, you do everything right, and yet everything comes against you. I said, yeah, well, I'm still going to keep my faith. So do pray for me. And I know God has a plan for me. And I know it's not destitution, it's not living on the street, it's not becoming a prostitute or a sex worker. And I know that I'm a good example for others. So this has to result in me getting something good, a good job, a property of my own, being able to travel, and opportunities opening up for me as a spiritual director and with my John Maxwell. It can't end like this for me. I don't believe it. My feet are planted firmly on the rock of my salvation, and I believe in the Lord, and I believe in God's goodness for me. So I'm not giving up.